So here I am at Niagara Falls. That's Niagara Falls, Oregon. I didn't even know there was a Niagara Falls, Oregon until I kind of stumbled upon it. So anyway, I'm up here riding in the Coast Range in Oregon, up in the Nestucca area, and I do a lot of off-road riding up here. There's a lot of forest roads and logging roads, and excellent for the KLR. And so this day I decided to come up and look for a place that I could bring my wife, because I've been having all kinds of fun up here, and I figured, some of these roads aren't that bad, and you could probably, there's the sign again, Niagara Falls, Oregon. So figured I could bring her up here in our SUV and spend a day hiking, and she could kind of see what I've been having so much fun with. And this was my first time up in this area. I've done a lot of riding up here, but not in this area. So you get to this intersection here, and I'm supposed to turn to the right, and I do. I'm running back home here, so, on the way out, I try to remember all the turns, and then on the way back, I try to make them. Unfortunately, after making that turn, I forgot that I had made it. So as I'm riding down this road, I'm still looking for that other intersection, which is, as you can see, is a very easy intersection to spot. I'm kind of enjoying myself, not really worrying about trying to find it because it was so easy to spot. And I'm about to come up to the point where I should turn left. Right to the left there is the left that I should have made. And here it is in slow motion. There's the left. And of course, I'm still looking for the T, so I'm just not seeing the left, unfortunately. And I just ride right past it. I'm having so much fun, just enjoying myself and not realizing that I'm about to get lost. And when I first started riding up here in the mountains, I worried a lot about getting lost, but I've been riding, for a good 6 months, getting up almost every weekend, sometimes twice a week, and I've never got lost. So, I'm just enjoying this ride, not really thinking about it a whole lot. Now, one thing I do as I'm riding along is I've got a little compass. You can't see it, but it's mounted to the mirror, so I kind of have a general direction that I'm headed. And I also look at my odometer occasionally and keep track of how far I've ridden since I last looked at it. So I have a pretty good idea, as I'm riding along, whether I'm basically where I'm at. But by the time I got here, I'm looking at the odometer and realizing I should have passed that first intersection a long time ago. And I know at this point that I've missed it. And I'm kind of wondering to myself, should I turn around or should I just keep going? And I'm thinking it was, there you see I'm looking off, wondering where that road goes. And I know that, it was so hard. I mean, I missed such an easy to find intersection. I'm worried that if I turn around, I'm just going to get more lost. And so I kind of just keep heading in this direction for a bit. And of course, I'm also having fun, so I'm not too worried about it. I also grew up spending a lot of time in the woods, so getting lost wouldn't stress me out too much. So by the time I got here, I'm thinking about slowing down and turning around, and then I think, what if there's a road right up around the corner? And so I think, let's just go around the corner and see if there's something up there. And instead of turning around in that wide area, and as I come around the corner, there's a road. And I think, good, maybe this is a big road, and I can, it'll take me back someplace. And I get up here, and I can see it's this road intersection is smaller than the one I'm on, and so it doesn't make any sense to follow that one. But I can see a forest marker on the side of the road right there. And that says that this is Road 1400, which is the main dirt road that runs through the Coast Range. And I've been on it before, a little more west than this point, and actually ridden all the way to 101 from this road. One thing I remember from that ride is when we ended up getting a little bit lost, not actually being on the road that we should have been on, and ending up, there's just so many turnoffs that go here and there. It's really hard to stay on the road that you need to stay on while you're up here. So at this point, I'm thinking, it's probably a mistake to stay on this road because it could easily get dark before I make it all the way to the coast. And so I decided to pull over here, kind of take a little break, think about what I'm doing, and kind of reevaluate before I end up either running out of gas or daylight way up here. And you can see at this point, I'm also getting a little bit frustrated with myself. So this is about 45 minutes later. I'd actually taken the GoPro off and decided I needed to find my way back. And here I am back at the intersection that I had missed earlier. There's a little sign that I rode right past, and this is the one that I showed in slow motion earlier. And here's the sign that kind of helped me, and it kind of warns you of what snares and traps ahead. Be careful. And so this is the left that I should have made when I continued on down the other road. And it was probably a good thing that I took the GoPro off when I did, because as I was driving back after I turned around down that 1400 road, as I was driving along, a car came down that same road, and he kind of pulled over so that I could go past him. And I thought, well, I'll try to get directions from these guys. And the windows were all tinted out, and it wasn't a four-wheel drive. I mean, it was a junky car, a little sedan that you would not expect to find on these roads up here. And the guy rolled his window down finally. And a couple older guys, I would say in their 60s, gray hair. They definitely looked out of place up here. And I'm pretty sure that they're up here growing marijuana or something. In fact, it's probably their sign that said, the snares and traps. And so anyway, I asked directions from them. They had a GPS, and they kind of told me, you can see a little trailer there. I kind of wonder if maybe that's where they live. But anyhow, they gave me directions how to get back to the main road that I'm heading to here. The directions actually weren't the directions that I ended up following once I figured out where I was at. But anyhow, I don't know what they were doing up here, but here's the main road. This is Bible something or other road. I forget the name of it. So at this point, I pulled over to put air in my tires. There goes the sheriff. You actually see the sheriff up here quite a bit. It's kind of surprising how much law enforcement you see up here. But anyhow, I pulled over here to put air in my tires and ate a little snack and took a little break before I continued my ride back home. And there goes a logging truck. That's another thing you see a lot of up here. So here I am just enjoying my ride home. Got the Nestucca River off to the right there, and just this really enjoyable paved road the rest of the way. And that was my first experience getting lost on the KLR. I have to say it was actually a lot of fun, and of course I wasn't really that lost. I think if I had continued on down 1400 trying to find my way to the coast, there's a good chance I would have gotten totally lost. And I had, the KLR holds about 6 gallons of fuel and gets 50 miles per gallon, so you can actually drive a long ways without running out of fuel. So I think my odds of running out of fuel and, really having a problem were next to zero. I think worst case scenario, I would have just gotten home a couple hours later than planned. But it was a fun little adventure, and I'm looking forward to hiking up there with my wife sometime. So thanks a whole bunch for watching my video, and hopefully you enjoyed it a little bit.